New conspiracy theories are reporting that allegedly Diddy has some kind of strange connection to Brittany Murphy. This is a jam-packed video, so listen, I'm just gonna tell you right now, grab a snack and a drink. You guys wanted a deeper dive? Well, this video is giving Finding Nemo, okay? So listen, before we get into this, because it's a very, very rocky video with a lot of information and a lot of things that I think are gonna creep you out, let me introduce myself. My name is Sebastian. I spill pop culture tea videos every day. I am your new messy best friend. Listen, if something's trending, if something's being talked about, I'm gonna be reporting on it, all right? I got you covered with everything from Diddy to the Kardashians to the Biebers to absolutely everything, all right? So listen, make sure to hit that subscribe button. It would mean the world to me. My take is sort of like I'm FaceTiming you and I'm giving you all the tea. You know what I mean? All right, so listen, let's just jump into this because we will be talking about Brittany's passing. We're going to be talking about her relationship with Ashton Kutcher, Ashton Kutcher's relationship with Diddy. We're going to be talking about Brittany Murphy's ex-personal trainer, who then years later was accused by Kanye West of being part of the MK Ultra and who was allegedly stalking him. And then finally, we're going to be talking about Britney Spears and Brittany Murphy's strange connection in their alleged haunted home. I don't know if you guys are ready for this, best friend, but let's just jump into this. Now, I obviously will say all of this is alleged. Some are real information, but when I will say allegedly, I'm going to say allegedly. So every time I say allegedly, take a shot, okay? Because it's going to be a very bumpy ride. So let's talk about Brittany Murphy's passing.
So let's talk about the tragic passing of Brittany Murphy. I mean, we all loved her in Clueless, 8 Mile. I mean, she's done so much. Listen, there is a lot more to this story that meets the eye, honestly, including some seriously dark Hollywood vibes and conspiracy theories about her husband, Simon Monjack. So let's just talk about this, the rise and fall of Brittany Murphy. First of all, Brittany Murphy was a total icon. She starred in classics like Clueless and 8 Mile, and her talent honestly was undeniable. She was everybody's favorite. She also did a song. Did you guys know that?
End up that you became, you had this hit single, #1 single, and it's real singing too. It's not like, you're actually, I was listening to it today, you're actually singing. It's not like J-Lo.
But unfortunately, things did take a tragic turn in December 2009 when she suddenly passed away at just the age of 32. The official cause was allegedly pneumonia and anemia and some prescription drugs. But here's where it gets juicy. A lot of people started questioning the circumstances surrounding her death. Enter Simon Monjack. Brittany was married to Simon Monjack, who had a pretty shady reputation even before they tied the knot. After her death, he came under serious scrutiny. Many fans and conspiracy theorists believe he might have been involved in something more sinister. So allegedly, people thought he could have been controlling her, especially considering their tumultuous relationship. Some even speculated he might have had a role in her tragic passing. So, first of all, when the father of Brittany Murphy believes that allegedly there was rat poisoning.
Well, it's very suspicious, and I read the reports on the toxicology reports, and everything sounds very, very, very more or less suspicious. And I feel she was poisoned. There's no question about that. And I feel she was murdered.
He wanted to reopen the case, but allegedly was shut down. When someone as vibrant as Brittany Murphy dies unexpectedly, it raises so many questions. Like, did she know too much? Was there something happening behind the scenes that we're not aware of? this is where the conspiracy theories really start to swirl. So I do want to just say that, this is all alleged, of course. Conspiracy theories, I'm not really big into them, but, you have to sometimes wonder, if there's smoke, is there fire? You know what I mean? So, one of the wildest parts of the story is the involvement of Brittany's personal trainer. So allegedly, he tried to reach out to her shortly before her death, but was unsuccessful. So he expressed concern about Brittany's health and even her living situation with Simon. Now, let me tell you something. Even if you don't believe in conspiracy theories, this is some crazy shit. So he did express concerns over Brittany's health and her living situation with Simon. It's so chilling to think that someone close to her was worried but couldn't get through to her. This is exactly like what happened to Britney Spears, which we'll get into in a second, because Britney Spears and Brittany Murphy have like a really crazy connection that you guys will probably not believe. But listen, the conservatorship kind of isolating someone away. I mean, it's just too creepy, man. It's chilling to think that, her husband, Simon, also passed away months later. Reports that, the mother thought it was toxic mold, but obviously the autopsy report is out there and it's pneumonia and anemia. But there's definitely something crazy. And obviously this raises so many red flags about what really was going on in her life at that time. In the documentary of Brittany Murphy on HBO Max, allegedly Brittany did know she was dying. And that is why, they are very questioning, like, hey, if she was complaining that the day of her passing she couldn't breathe, how come they didn't rush her to the hospital? How come Simon Monjack told Larry King that he didn't want to perform an autopsy because he didn't want to, cut into Britney's perfect body? Do you know what I mean? The aftermath, just 5 months after Britney's death, Simon also passed away under similar circumstances. The official cause was heart failure, but many speculate it was related to the same chaotic lifestyle they both led. So, they definitely wanted to kind of pin it on some life choices of Brittany Murphy, but I will say that I'm just kind of like thinking, you know what, girl, this is a little bit too crazy to me. I mean, it's too many coincidences. Something, in my opinion, really toxic, crazy, and dark happened. And, did you guys see that photo shoot that Simon Monjack and Brittany Murphy's mother did just months after Brittany's passing? I mean, they look like a married couple. They literally look like a married couple. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen. Now, with Brittany Murphy and Britney Spears, they do have some kind of connection. So, I mean, this is actually going to spook you guys. Listen, it is a lot of craziness, but let's talk about it. So, if you guys didn't know, Britney Spears sold her home in the Hollywood Hills to none other than Brittany Murphy. But here's where it gets super eerie. There are claims that the house had some serious bad energy and that there was some potential hauntings going on. People started talking about strange occurrences in the house, with reports of weird noises, shadows, and just an overall unsettling atmosphere. Allegedly, Britney Spears felt like the place was haunted and wanted to get rid of it. Imagine being in a house where you feel something's off. I mean, honestly, I'm not good with that kind of stuff, girl. I have Jesus by my side, okay? There is no Casper the Friendly Ghost here, okay? So she sold the house. She actually allegedly did not want anything to do with that house. She wanted to get out as soon as possible, and she just felt like something really, really bad was about to happen in that house. So Brittany Murphy moved in, and she might not have known about the house's dark reputation, but shortly after she settled in, some stories suggested she also started experiencing the same creepy vibes. Friends of Brittany claimed she felt the energy was off. Some even said she would talk about strange occurrences, which is kind of chilling considering her tragic end. Now, The conspiracy theory, right? It says that some people believe that the house unsettling energy was linked to a darker past. They think it's not just about creepy vibes, it's about a manifestation of something deeper. Maybe it was connected to the Hollywood scene and all the drama that comes along with it. Oh, listen, let me tell you something. You just never know. I mean, girl, you have to put some holy water anywhere you move, girl. Some Palo Santo, some sage. Adding to obviously the conspiracy with all the chaos surrounding her death and her relationship with Simon Monjack, some believe the house could have had an influence on her mental state. Was the negative energy of the home affecting her? That is the question. And that's why a lot of people believe that, Britney Spears wanted to leave because she started feeling like she wasn't herself. So the legacy of the house after Britney's untimely passing, the stories about the house only intensified. People have speculated whether it's cursed or if something about it just brings bad luck. It's a wild thought, but in Hollywood, who knows, girl, what really goes on behind closed doors, okay?
So her passing has always been a very, very, very tragic, but also very weird and strange at the same time. I mean, there's so many conspiracies. Not a lot of people really believe the whole pneumonia thing. And now a lot of people on TikTok are linking Diddy to Brittany Murphy because Kim Porter allegedly also passed away from pneumonia. So these are, of course, like I said, conspiracy theories. But if you really let your mind go there, I mean, you will get chills because you wonder like, okay, girl, this is kind of creepy. How is this, very, very healthy, young woman at just 32 have, this type of death, and it's so unexpected. Well, there's definitely a lot of shadiness with her ex-husband, Simon Monjack, which we'll get into. But right now, let's focus on Ashton Kutcher's relationship with Brittany Murphy and with Diddy.
Brittany Murphy and Ashton, their vibe in Just Married was honestly everything. They totally had that classic romantic chemistry, the rom-com chemistry. Brittany was already, obviously super, super big. Ashton was super big. They wrapped the movie and they really just were everybody's favorite couple at the time. Their dynamic made the movie honestly so much more entertaining because you're like, they fell in love in the movie. It's so cute, right? They had a really flirty energy and everybody was questioning whether or not they were together. They were keeping it kind of a secret in the very beginning, but they obviously dated, but they only dated for 5 months. And in those 5 months, there's plenty of pictures of Ashton Kutcher and Diddy and Brittany Murphy. So you definitely know that they hung out a lot together. We'll get into Ashton and Diddy in a second. But Ashton Kutcher did open up about Brittany Murphy a year after she passed.
I just celebrate who she was.
Earlier in the interview, Ashton's ex Brittany Murphy was the topic of conversation. He says he saw her just 2 months before she died in December, and since then, he's decided to remember her for how she lived her life.
When you go to a party and like everybody's standing around and the music's going, and sooner or later everyone's gonna dance. She was always the first person to dance.
So let's talk Diddy and Ashton, okay? Let's just dive into it because there's a lot of wild theories about Diddy and Ashton. But honestly, I mean, listen, their friendship has always raised eyebrows, especially given the sketchy shit that surrounds Diddy. I mean, some people seriously think that they're part of a secret network, okay, involving human traffic light, okay? Listen, for some, it might sound insane, but when you look at all the connections in Hollywood, it honestly, I'm sorry, but it makes you wonder. And with Diddy, he's had so many controversies over the years, and that honestly just adds fuel to the fire. The way he and Ashton support each other, even when things get messy, feels a little too convenient, in my opinion. It's like they're in this club together, and honestly, who knows what they might be involved in. I'm just saying, allegedly. But, it's also very important to say, Ashton has been very vocal about his activism against traffic lights, which makes it even more intriguing, I mean, Is he really just a supportive friend, or is there more to their relationship that, the public doesn't see? The idea that they could be hiding secrets together feels more believable than you think about. Honestly, Hollywood is full of dark corners. And when you have two high profile guys like them in the mix, it honestly just raises a lot of questions. So now let's talk Diddy, Brittany Murphy, any type of connections, any type of similarities. So I found a couple that you can be the judge of. I'm not saying that this connects Diddy with Brittany Murphy's passing. I am saying that these are similarities that I found. There's a lot of conspiracies out there that are saying a lot of more crazier things, but you guys know me, I like facts. So these are the facts of the similarities that I found, okay? So Brittany Murphy, unfortunately, may she rest in peace, passed away from pneumonia. Now, Kim Porter also passed away from pneumonia. May she rest in peace. So right then and there, that similarity is causing a lot of commotion online, okay? All right, so now let's continue. Brittany Murphy passed away in the house that was sold to her by Britney Spears because Britney Spears felt a very eerie and negative energy there, okay? Brittany Murphy later passed away in that house. Diddy has a management. I'm not sure if they're still together. As of 2019, they were together, allegedly. Lou Taylor represented him. Lou Taylor is believed to be the one who put Britney Spears in the conservatorship, allegedly. Okay? So those are like the biggest similarities. Then you have, hearsay. Okay, so these are just rumors that Brittany Murphy's personal trainer who tried to reach her is very close to Diddy, okay? Who is also the one that I showed you guys that allegedly, is MK Ultra according to Kanye. And finally, Ashton Kutcher dated Brittany Murphy, best friends with Diddy. Now, outside of that, there are a lot more conspiracies, okay? But this is what I was able to find, that I found to be similarities that connected Diddy with Brittany Murphy in any capacity. Not saying the passing, just saying any capacity that sounds similar. Now, there are a lot of conspiracies out there, like I said, and now it's up to you what you want to believe. But I just have to say, of course, it's alleged, but this is what is available to me with my research. Anyone can open Google, girl, okay? Now, lastly, there is something also kind of crazy between Ashton Kutcher and Diddy. So the craziest part about it is that, this is what Diddy is being accused of. And Ashton actually created a company about traffic lights, okay? What's interesting is that Ashton Kutcher has been very vocal advocate against human trafficking and has, dedicated a significant part of his activism to the cause. Ashton co-founded Thorn, a non-profit organization established in 2009 with Demi Moore, his ex. Thorn focuses on using technology to combat child sexual exploitation and trafficking. The organization works to develop innovative tools to help law enforcement and other agencies to identify and rescue victims more effectively. Okay, so that is so crazy to me. I really do feel like, this is what Diddy's being accused of. You know what I mean? And this is something that allegedly Ashton is like super vocal about. But it's also very important to note that Ashton Kutcher stepped down from his role at Thorn in September 2020. And if you guys didn't know, his decision came after a significant backlash related to a statement he made during a Senate hearing regarding sexual assault and child trafficking. While he co-founded Thorn to combat these issues, his departure was a move to allow the organization to focus on its mission without distractions. So Ashton Kutcher not only faced backlash for those comments in the Senate, but he also faced backlash in 2020. And this is really why the reason that people believe he stepped down. It's because he was defending his That 70s Show's co-star, Danny Masterson, who was facing serious criminal charges, including Kutcher publicly expressed support for Masterson, highlighting their long-standing friendship and the positive experiences they shared while working together. The backlash made many fans and advocates criticize Kutcher for his comments, arguing that they undermine the seriousness of the allegations against Masterson. Kutcher did respond to the backlash, basically saying that he didn't want to dismiss or minimize anyone's experiences, but rather to support a friend in a difficult situation. Okay, girl, bye.
Listen, I'm not one who is big on conspiracy theories. I always tell you guys this because I like facts, right? But I do have to say there is a very dark energy in Hollywood, and there is just very surprising connections between so many people who know the same person. You know what I mean? Now, if you guys did not know this, Brittany Murphy's ex-trainer, he actually has a tie with Kanye West, and it's not a really good one. Kanye West actually talked about how he believes that his ex-personal trainer is in fact allegedly part of the MK Ultra.
Found out that my trainer was a MK Ultra Canadian intelligence.
He worked in the defense research and development in the Canadian military, essentially working on PSYOPs in the Canadian military. This is Harley Pasternak.
So let me read these Harley texts. This is how he was threatened. This is a trainer, but come to find out, he was actually Canadian intelligence, but this is my trainer. So this shows you the kind of handlers that are around the superstars in California, right? So it says, I'm going to help you one of a couple ways. First, you and I sit down and have a loving and open conversation, but you don't use cuss words. And everything that is discussed is based in fact, and not some crazy stuff that dumb friend of yours told you, or you saw in a tweet. Second option, I have you institutionalized again, where they medicate the crap out of you and you go back to zombie land forever. Play date with the kids just won't be the same. This is the way a Hollywood trainer was talking to me to force me to go and like apologize, right? You think about if Harley was part of intelligence, right? What kind of people you think are surrounding my kids?
This same personal trainer recalled the moment he tried to arrange with Brittany's team a workout scheduled in preparation for a role when he was told her entire team had been fired and Monjack, her husband, was now agent, manager, lawyer, and everything. He also recalled her former team being concerned as nobody could contact her directly. These concerns were echoed by her childhood friend, Lisa Raphael. Simon took her away. He made sure nobody could get to her. And allegedly, Simon owed the personal trainer a lot of money. Allegedly. And allegedly not confirmed, the rumors are that that personal trainer has close ties with Diddy.
Does this not all sound like a movie to you? I mean, for me, it sounds like a movie. My mind is so blown with all of this. And I'm not a normal conspiracy theory reporter, if you will. But I will say that, you know, it does kind of make you question what really is going on here. Now, again, I do have to say there are no factual evidence or any type of legal matter that connects Diddy with Brittany Murphy. Just, of course, Ashton Kutcher is like their only connection. But what do you guys think? A lot of people out there are putting two and two together and coming up with their own conclusions. But I will say there is no hardcore evidence that connects Diddy with Brittany Murphy. So what do you guys think about this? Do you think it's just a conspiracy theory at the end of the day, or do you think that there's some facts into it? I just have to say it has been very, very, very eerie to do this research for Brittany Murphy. I Loved her in Clueless, of course, like everyone else. I thought she was such a talented actress. She actually also sang really, really well. And if you guys want to go all the way back, she was on Sister Sister with Tia and Tamara. I don't know if you guys know this. I recently just watched all of Sister Sister. We love watching like old shows like Boy Meets World and Sister Sister, and Brittany Murphy's in there. She was so talented, and I've never really believed her passing, to be very honest. So that's why these conspiracy theories I have some intrigue with them, you know what I mean? So anyways, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Of course, like I said in the beginning, this is all alleged. This is what's out there. There's no factual connections between Diddy and Brittany Murphy. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you guys. I'm so grateful and thankful for you guys. And if you guys want more deeper dives like this, let me know. I really enjoyed doing them. It was a little creepy, I'm not gonna lie to you, and tomorrow's October 1st, so I was like, girl, ay Dios mío. All right, I'll see you guys in my next video. Mwah.